Despite what some people might think, we aren't the only animals that call our planet home. Earth is literally teeming with life, both microscopic and monstrous on every corner of the globe. Some are so big, in fact, you can see them coming a mile away. So, what's the biggest animal living among us? Today, we're gonna find out. Let's get it on! Elephant seal. These goofy-looking marine animals really live up to their elephant title, as males are able to grow to 20 feet long while weighing in at 9,000 pounds. That's heavier than a speedboat. Female elephant seals are only a fraction of the size of their male counterparts at 10 feet in length and 2,000 pounds in weight. Still enough to ruin a deck chair. The most obvious characteristic of these behemoths is their ridiculous-looking nose, known as a proboscis, which vaguely resembles an elephant's trunk. During mating season, male elephant seals use their proboscis to produce loud, roaring noises. While they may look and sound scary, they can generally be avoided by walking away at a leisurely pace. They might chase you, but elephant seals can only move on land at about 3 miles per hour. What they lack in speed, they make up for with their huge size and are undoubtedly among the biggest animals in the world. Kodiak bear. Grizzly bears get all the attention and reputation for their intimidating size and fearsome nature. Probably something to do with the name. But it's the grizzly's older cousin, the Kodiak, that's the biggest and most feared of the brown bear family. From afar, this animal might look fluffy and cute, but I can assure you, once a Kodiak bares its teeth and starts charging, you'll think differently. Fully grown, an adult Kodiak can surpass 10 feet when standing upright. And if you can ever convince one to get on a set of scales, they've been known to clock in at a whopping 1,500 pounds. It weighs about the same as a classic mini, only a lot hairier and with teeth. Luckily for anyone wandering around on the islands of the Kodiak Archipelago just off Alaska where these bears are found, they generally try to avoid people, but they can get aggressive when they're surprised or threatened. It's probably best to just keep your distance if you don't want to be the Kodiak bear's next meal. Ocean sunfish. Ocean sunfish are among the heaviest boned fish in the world, with the largest weighing over 5,000 pounds. The sunfish is very narrow, but is quite long and similarly tall, giving it a circular shape and great potential for use as a frisbee, although this hasn't been tested or confirmed as yet. Due to its great size, the sunfish has very few natural predators, but can be taken down piece by sea lions, killer whales, and large sharks. Sunfish have been seen spotted swimming around with large chunks missing out of them, too big to fit into a single meal. They're also famous for leaping out of the water to avoid predators, and there's more than one story of fishermen being hit by a flying 5,000-pound fish. Walrus. The iconic walrus is found in the North Pole, and its sheer size might be something for Santa to consider should the reindeer ever become unavailable. These bulky animals can weigh more than 4,400 pounds and surpass 16 feet in length at their biggest. It's amazing these guys don't break the ice on which they spend most of their time. Walruses are intelligent creatures and live in colonies made up of thousands of members, all huddled together in quite possibly the world's smelliest group hug. Added to the intimidation factor of these monstrous mammals, walruses are armed with massive tusks which grow to around 3 feet and 3 inches in length. Although these tusks could easily be used to take down other large animals like sharks and polar bears, the walruses generally only use them to stab other rival walrus males in violent mating battles. When they aren't being chads, they're actually gentle giants, eating a diet of shrimp, crabs, sea cucumbers, and a few other species of small marine animals and plants. African elephant. The elephant is the poster child of large animal body positivity, and for good reason. This animal stands up to 13 feet and can crush any normal set of scales, with the heaviest recorded elephant weighing a whopping 22,900 pounds. That's more than 8 Ford Fiestas. But don't ever tell an African elephant that they're fat. They're extremely intelligent animals, having a similar brain to humans, which means they'll probably spend a few days trying to think of ways to insult you back. They've also been observed to display human emotions, such as grief with African elephants mourning the deaths of fellow elephants and even returning to the location where they died. The most striking characteristic of the elephant is its long trunk, which is excellent for detecting water over long distances. It can also be used as a rudimentary hand, picking up food and branches that it can use to swat flies and clean their ears. I think I'll stick to a Q-tip, thanks. sperm whale. Once you overcome this ginormous creature's name, you can really start to truly appreciate the sperm whale's massive size. It's the largest of the toothed whales and can grow to 68 feet and an estimated 160,000 pounds, about as much as a Boeing 737. We say estimated because good luck getting that thing on the scales. This animal also has a very large brain, which is more than 5 times heavier than a human's, although 90% of it is dedicated to memorizing different flavors of krill. Each of these underwater monsters' massive teeth weighs over 2 pounds and lines the whale's lower jaw, helping the sperm whale to snack on its favorite meal, the giant and colossal squid. Adult sperm whales are generally too big to have any predators, but orcas and killer whales have been known to attack sperm whale pods to try and snatch a calf or injured female. Whale shark. Contrary to this creature's name, the whale shark isn't a whale nor a shark. It's actually counted amongst the ocean's fish, of which it's the largest, growing to a length of up to 72 feet and breaking the scales with a weight of up to 42,000 pounds, more than a semi-truck with an empty trailer. While absolutely huge, this creature is quite friendly, only eating plankton and small fish via filter feeding. This diet must be working because the whale shark outlives humans by a long shot, with some reaching 130 years in the wild. The whale shark is even calm in the presence of divers who can stroke this beautiful beast without fear of getting attacked. Not that a bite would hurt. Whale sharks are filter feeders with no teeth. It would be like getting chewed by your grandma without her teeth in. White rhinoceros. Crowned the largest species of rhino alive today, the white rhino grazes the plains of southern and central Africa. Most people assume the famous rhino gets its name due to its pale coloring. In fact, the white rhino was originally called the wide rhino due to the width of the rhinoceros's mouth. A mistaken translation from Dutch to Afrikaans back to English meant that the wide rhino was forever white. These humongous herbivores can grow up to 13 feet long, weighing in at 8,000 pounds, making them an extremely large and intimidating animal. White rhino females and their calves live in herds of up to 14 members, while the males live alone, only interacting with female rhinos every 2 or 3 years to breed. Sounds like the ultimate bachelor lifestyle. But this in itself is a problem. One of the white rhino subspecies, the northern white rhino, has been hunted down to almost extinction and is down to its final 2 members alive today, both of which are female. Giant salamander. While it definitely isn't the biggest creature crawling on our planet, this salamander deserves its giant title for a very good reason. At 6 feet long and weighing 65 pounds, the giant salamander is the biggest of the amphibians and far outweighs its close family members like the giant tree frog, which clocks in at only 0.8 ounces. They also have a fairly long lifespan, with one giant salamander enjoying 52 birthday parties in captivity. Giant salamanders have terrible eyesight that can't be used to effectively find and catch prey. Instead, they use sensory nodes on their bodies and heads to detect changes in water pressure, which indicates the presence of something tasty. It's this poor vision that often gets them in trouble. Losing a tail or a toe is part of everyday life for a salamander. But not to worry, they can regrow appendages within a matter of weeks. Dalmatian pelican. The Dalmatian pelican is among the largest flying animals in the world and the largest member of the pelican family by far. At up to 6 feet tall and weighing 33 pounds, this freshwater bird is an absolute terror, especially if you happen to be a fish. It hunts by ducking its head underwater in the general direction of its prey, which hopefully ends up in its huge pouch of a beak, along with a large volume of water that's dumped out before the fish is swallowed. But it's not just fish that end up victims of this big bird. Pelicans have been spotted scooping up other small birds and swallowing them whole as well. The Dalmatian pelican's size can't really be appreciated until you see one start to take flight. With a wingspan that can reach up to 11.5 feet, get too close on takeoff and you can lose your hat.